Ladies and gentlemen, 49 coming at you another community shoutcast for the OUSA Dota League Season 1. Just loading into game number 2 of 2IP up against Bambi Rising. There was a significant delay as their captain Yoda was unable to play for this game since he has to go off to soccer, so they actually couldn't find their offlane player too easy. So we've got two stand-ins over for 2IP. Jadman, the carry player for Team Standard Strat, as well as Flash, carry player over from Team Blink, standing in for 2IP. And joining me is my co-caster Yoshi. How are you doing, Yoshi? So it turns out Yoshi's actually eating, so it'll be a solo cast for now. Just gonna quickly log out of Steam right before we jump into game. Was a few delays and issues in organizing game number 2 just because Yoda had to leave and we had to find a stand-in, and then Too Easy couldn't be found. And so instant respect ban for 5,200 Bambis, so Ember Spirit first ban coming out from 2IP. They do have first pick this time. The reason, actually Ember Spirit got through the draft even though 2IP had first pick in the last draft. But I don't think Yoshi was saying that they didn't have a player that felt comfortable or confident enough to play the Ember Spirit, and so they actually didn't pick up Ember Spirit. They went for a Rubik first pick. Lycanthrope banned up by Bambi Rising. Respect ban to Wolfkite, who does play a fantastic Lycanthrope, as well as Flash, their stand-in for Team Blink. He also does play a very good Lycanthrope as well. Visage ban, Respect ban once again. Fearing the power of Bambi's Grandmaster StarCraft 2 Micro, he played a phenomenal Visage in the last game, was able to use his Familiars to constantly leash back the creep wave to prevent any push happening from mid. Bought them a lot of time. It meant that 5,200 can continue to split push bot and then TP into fights once that happens. Will be interesting to see if they choose to actually ban out the Centaur Warrunner or pick him up as Mudream, the offlane player who actually played the tri-lane Centaur Warrunner in the last game, played absolutely out of his mind. His first 2-3 blink initiations were actually 1-2 for 2 of this as he blinked in on the Nikes, could simply rage and start beating on him. But in the later stages of the game, was able to consistently land 2 3-man hoof stomps, really helped create space for the rest of his team to get their initiation. And with 2-3 heroes blinked and stomped on and stunned in place, Ember Spirit could come in with the Battle Fury, Flayed of Fist, and just clean up. Nature Spirit ban, coming out from Bambi Rising, respecting the power of the offlane push power, as well as the global teleportation ability that Nature's Prophet has. He has a global gank presence and can split push your towers wherever you are. Invoker's first pick coming out from 2IP.
Radiant team pick.
I don't actually know which of their players can play Invoker. I think Yoda can, and it must be Thundercunt since he was the mid player, or Mule. 2IP like to switch around their player roles quite frequently. I think it's based on hero as opposed to player role. Similar to TYK, they also like to do the same thing. Pandy tells me that's because they have a limited hero pool, but I like to think it's a strategic drafting choice, since then the enemy drafter has to consider not only who will be, what lane the hero will be going, but also who will be playing him, since that will determine their playstyle. But Bambi Rising hesitating on their first and second pickup. They could choose to go for the Ancient Apparition. He still is the second king of the tri-lane, he's still left around and available. Could even go for a Slark pickup. Slark hasn't been banned up at all or picked up. You have to keep in mind, one of the things with Invoker is that, especially when he's picked up as your first hero, he can be countered very easily in lane. For instance, 2IP over to punish TYK, who went for a very greedy Invoker draft with a Templar Assassin played by Yoda. Nyx Assassin is the first pickup of Bambi Rising. Very powerful hero, very versatile, can go 1v1, 1v2 or 1v3. He could also function as a tri-lane support hero. The reason why Nyx Assassin is so effective is he's got the Impale, which you could use to ensure that if enemy heroes go on him, he could stun 2, maybe 3 of them. With the Carapace to give him that extra few seconds of being able to walk away. And most importantly, he has good armor and he's got superior base regeneration to every other hero apart from Axe. 3.2 regeneration at level 1. That means once he picks up a poor man shield, he can shrug off any harassment you do to him. Hang around, leech EXP, the instant he hits level 6, you go on the warpath, pop Vendetta, try to get a few ganks happening. Just gonna take a quick drink of water, bear with me.
Dire team pick.
Lone Druid picked up by Bambi Rising, which should be very surprising. I don't know who of the players actually can play Lone Druid. I suppose Bambi with his good micro skills could play Lone Druid, but most likely will be going to either Ghoulie, their carry player who played a fantastic weave in the last game, or to Mudream, their offlane player. 2IP thrown a bit by the Lone Druid pickup. They know that Lone Druid is such an annoying pain in the ass. Bambi Rising in the last game played to the strength of their draft, which was to secure the late game, try to dodge fights as much as possible, and go for trades, go for the split push, and try to drag the game out as long as possible, since their late game was vastly superior. They were able to accomplish that through the split pushing power of the Weaver. It was very difficult to gank just because he had time-lapse Sakuchi as well as Lincoln Sphere. as well as the Ember Spirit, who has the Fire Remnants you could constantly jump back and forth to. Centaur Warrunner picked up as the offlane hero for 2 IP. They could choose to run him in a tri-lane. They do like to do that a lot with their tri-lane heroes, such as the Clockwork, but in this case, most likely will be an offlane Centaur Warrunner. Not too sure what positions the standins will be playing, since you've got both Jadman from TSS, the carry player, as well as Flash, the carry player from Team Blink. And it looks like Yoshi's back. Are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
What are your thoughts on the draft so far?
Reserve time.
I'm very interested in seeing the Lone Druid pick.
Radiant
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Bambi Rising ever use Lone Druid before.
Yeah, neither have I. I've got a feeling Bambi will play it, but we'll see.
Yeah, since he's got good enough micro skills in the Visage, then maybe he's been practicing Lone Druid. Similar kind of concept. If you're good enough with your micro, you really can make the hero pop. So Luna banned out by 2 IP, fearing the aggressive tri-lane.
5 seconds remaining.
In a 1v1 situation with the Lone Druid up against the Centaur Warrunner, Lone Druid does have a significant advantage because he can bully the Centaur Warrunner using his bear, and it makes it difficult for Centaur Warrunner to get his hoof stomp or his double edge off. Also, if he does trade double edge on Lone Druid, unless he kills him, he actually could take a fall with a bear, as well as Lone Druid being able to DPS him down and lock him in place, since double edge does do damage in return to yourself as well. And Nike's ban coming out from Bambi Rising, so respecting Wolfcut, who played a phenomenal lifesteal in the last game. Outwill Destroyer banned out by 2 IP. Great counterban to the Invoker, as Outwill Destroyer can control Invoker using the Astral Imprisonment to sap away his damage and then just out CS him in lane.
Yeah, it's just not a hero that Invoker likes to lane against.
Although the last time we did see the matchup of OD against Invoker in the ODL1, OD actually got beaten by the Invokers. Invoker didn't go for CS and started just hitting him with the Cold Snap Harassment with the Quas Works build. So Outwill Destroyer really relies on being able to destroy his lane, so he doesn't have to win it, he has to completely cripple the enemy hero. Otherwise he takes a bit too long to pick up in terms of farm as well as DPS to become an effective semi-carry.
If Bambi Rising can set up the lanes in such a way that the Lone Druid gets a 1v1 matchup with the Centaur, that's really that matchup is really Lone Druid favorite.
Yeah. And once Lone Druid hits 6 with his true form, Centaur Warrunner doesn't actually do enough damage to bring him down, and so Lone Druid could easily trade blow for blow, try to get a low tangle proc with his bear, and then go for a kill from there. So Rubik ban and Ancient Apparition picked up, so they're going for the second king of the tri-lane. Yoshi, probably your most hated hero since you play him all the time, am I right?
I play him a lot, but he's actually a really strong hero, so I don't hate him.
Bambi could be playing Ancient Apparition in their series, I believe, up against... I think it was Horseman of the Ruckus. They picked up Ancient Apparition in game number 2. Bambi was able to create a lot of work with him, use his Ice Blast to snipe heroes from across the map. So 2 IP, deliberating on their third pickup.
5 seconds remaining.
Dazzle picked up for 2 IP. A very strong aggressive hero, has that defensive capability with the Shallow Grave, as well as the offensive capability coming out from the Poison Touch. Weave is an absolutely critical spell. A lot of players like to underestimate it just because it doesn't have any loud or flashy effects. By providing you armor and reducing that armor, it can make long engagements fatal for the enemy team. So Bambi Rising have the...
10 seconds remaining.
Go on.
I know Bambi actually played Ancient Apparition, so I'm wondering maybe it's someone else playing
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it
You
could...
need fairly solid micro skills to play that hero.
Reserve time.
It could be Mujrim playing the Lone Druid. I mean, he is their offlane player. And Doombringer picked up, so it looks like Ghouli's going to be playing Doom.
Pick.
I think that's actually a mid Doom. I think the last time I saw Bambi pick Doom, they ran at mid.
Oh, that was true. Yeah, it was 5-200 that played in mid. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Invoker does heartily beat Doombringer since he's got 0 armor and he's a melee hero, so you can harass him back with Cold Snap. But once Doombringer hits 6 and has his Doom up, if he Dooms Invoker every fight, that's a 1 fight for Bambi Rising, just because Invoker, without being able to cast his spells or use his items, is just basically a range creep, and a pretty shitty one at that. Venomancer picked up from 2 IP. So they've got Dazzle as well as Venomancer. The only stun they have in that lane so far is the mini stun built into Poison Touch once you pick up level 3.
5 seconds remaining.
I think Doom actually does okay against Invoker because I don't think Invoker should ever kill Doom unless Doom makes a significant mistake, and then with the Bow you can still get your farm going. So
that's true. Doom is one of those heroes that even if he breaks even, he's not actually breaking even just because he gets so much gold from Devour. And Slardar ban quickly coming out, recognizing the power of Dazzle, especially in conjunction with Venomancer. You give Slardar all the time in the world to be able to lock you in place and beat you down. Very strong hero, especially in conjunction with the Centaur, Warrunner, and the Invoker. If Invoker goes cross wax, Tornado Initiation, Slardar blinks in, catches out 2, maybe 3 with his Crush.
10 seconds remaining.
Amplifies damage with the Weave and just starts going to town.
Yeah,
5
that's definitely
seconds
necessary.
remaining.
Then you don't want to face Centaur with Slardar there.
Yeah, definitely.
Reserve time.
And so if it's a mid Doombringer, we've got a Nyx Assassin as the tri-lane support with the Ancient Apparition, Lone Druid offlane, so Bambi Rising still haven't chosen the third core yet. Bambi Rising do like to run the tri-core strategy. It worked brilliantly for them in the last game, still able to dodge fight to make the game go as long as possible. We could even be seeing a Slark. Slark hasn't been picked up at all. Slipped through the draft completely. So tri-lane Slark with the Ancient Apparition and the Nyx Assassin could be quite potent. You've got the Pounce from Slark to lock him in place for the Cold Feet, as well as the Nyx Assassin Impale.
The Lone Druid could still go to the safe lane, so...
A tri-lane Lone Druid, is that really a thing?
Yeah, it's actually not bad. Just the support can just secure Lone Druid farm, and because Lone Druid's so powerful, 1v1, they can just leave him alone if it's against an offlane and just go rotate and make ganks happen at mid and stuff like that.
Okay. That's a good point. I just thought that would have gimped his EXP too much, since you want to hit level 5 as soon as possible before you get your killing power. And then you want to get level 6 by the time the mid starts to rotate, since it gives you the HP.
Well, earlier on, you just kind of want to get your items as Lone Druid more than your level.
10 seconds
If
remaining.
you're going for the Radiance, you really want that gold for the Radiance, or even the Midas to build up the
5
Radiance
seconds
later.
remaining.
Oh, we've actually got a disconnect coming up from Bambi. I don't know what's
Reserve
happened.
time.
Yeah, so it could actually be a quick remake. I'm actually just going to
10
go
seconds
pen and
remaining.
paper and just quickly jot down pick some bans so far.
5 seconds remaining.
Guess it's reminiscent of Snow constantly disconnecting, huh? So Batrider 5th pick out actually wouldn't be the worst thing in the
Team
world.
Pick.
Hang on a second, let me find a pen. Just gonna quickly log back into Steam, trying to message Bambi, figure out what's happening. So ES, Visage, Luna, OD, Weaver, and then Lycan, NP.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay. And so we've got the Invoker, CW, Dazzle,
Reserve time.
Venomancer, and cool. So I'm just going to quickly rehost the game, wait for the players to log back in, and we should be back underway with game number 2. Do apologize for delays like this, they do happen from time to time. Just gonna quickly copy, pick some bans. Huh. Never mind, it seems I can't actually copy things from Steam chat, so ES, Visage, Luna, OD, Weaver, Lycan, NP, Nikes, Rubik, Slardar. So for those of you just tuning in, we have to quickly remake Bambi Rising up against 2IP, game number 2, as the captain, Bambi the retired Chiyu, actually disconnected. Apparently his Snack Cafe was having issues, so we're remaking. So Bambi Rising were on the verge of picking up their 5th hero when the captain disconnected. And so they get to choose their 5th hero, and then 2IP get to choose theirs, and then we'll go right into AP. I've noted down the picks for both sides, so I could always remind them. So just to remind you guys, bans over from 2IP were the Ember Spirit, Visage, Luna, Outlaw Destroying the Weaver. The bans from Bambi Rising were Lycanthrope, Nature's Prophet, Nyx, Rubik, and Slardar. Pickups for 2IP, Invoker, Centaur, Warrunner, Dazzle, and the Venomancer. Nyx, Lone Druid, Ancient Apparition, and Doom coming out. And so Mirana and Juggernaut, okay. So just reminding both teams what the picks were, and we're good to go. So for those of you just joining in, 49 Community Shoutcaster for the OUSA Dota League Season 1, loading into game number 2 of 2IP up against Bambi Rising. Bambi Rising were able to take a very convincing game number 1, but game number 2 was on the line. They needed 2-0 2IP if they want a chance of moving on to the group stages, and 2IP want to make it a draw if they want to proceed as well. So joining me will be my co-caster Yoshi. So what are your thoughts on the 5th pick, Mirana? Never mind, it seems my co-cast is clearing away dishes, so it will just be a solo cast.
Hello?
Yep.
No, I'm here.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on the 5th pick, Mirana, and the 5th pick, Juggernaut?
The Juggernaut works well with the kind of pushing lineup that 2IP seems to be going for, while the Mirana, I think they'll offlane the Mirana, right? Or do you think they'll try lane that? I'm not sure.
Huh, okay, so yeah, we've got Mujrim, so it's going to be the offlane Lone Druid, and wow, what are the odds? Too easy, the offlane player who was MIA for 2IP, just logging in right as game number 2 starts. I'm just going to quickly log out of Steam. But that's an absolute pity, since he was the reason why they had to go for a second stand-in. They were just originally had Flash standing in the beginning, but Jadman offered to step in. So 20 seconds till the game starts. So yeah, Mujrim's going to be playing the Lone Druid. So it could be so it looks like an offlane Lone Druid with a tri-lane Mirana, although Ghoulie did play the offlane Weaver in the last game, going 1v1 up against Too Easy on his Clockwork. So they do have that flexibility to switch it around. But in terms of killing power, I would like to see the Mirana tri-lane, just because you've got the Impale to set up the arrow, and then the Chilling Touch to provide all that extra DPS for Ancient Apparition as well as Mirana. And so we've just loaded in.
No, it's not really a reliable setup.
Prepare for battle.
I guess since Impale is now blind targeting, you no longer have the autocast function for it.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't call Impale a guaranteed setup, you know. But I can experience it myself. There was the only game we've ever dropped a horror was a scrim where I was playing the NA, and I couldn't hit Impales because there was like Death Prophet with Yules and Skeleton King went drums into SNY, and they were just too fast to hit. So it's,
too fast, too furious.
To battle.
So it looks like they want to clash try-v-try. So Ghoulie leading the way with Curry over on Nyx Assassin, as well as Bambi the Retired Chiyu over on Ancient Apparition. 5200 up on his Doombringer. He's got the free-to-play axe over in the Doombringer. He's been pulled to Tango, so he's going to be having a pretty good time. He'll be up against the Invoker, and Mujrim going to the safe lane, 1v1 as a Lone Druid. He'll be clashing against Centaur Warrunner. He should be having a very easy lane. So Thundercount going for the Quas Wex build. He's been pulled to Tango, starting with the Blades of Attack. So with the Quas regeneration, it's very difficult to bully Invoker to lane, especially if he goes Quas Wex. It'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes.
He should have got exiled after taking Quassus. I think I'm not sure how this tri-lane vs tri-lane situation will play out. It just comes down to execution, because Dazzle and Veno are very strong defensive supports, and Juggernaut has the blade here to get away with even, so they can't really initiate that well on this tri-lane. So it's very interesting that they're chosen to aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah, that's true. Also have to keep in mind, Bladesman makes Juggernaut magic immune, so the Chilling Touch effect has no effect on him at all. You can see the range creep instantly going down, so the creep equilibrium is already in favor of the Dire side, just because it provides the most DPS out of all the creeps. A lot of back and forth action happening with Ancient Apparition trading hits, as well as Dazzle. Keep in mind, Dazzle hurts like hell. Arrow flies out, actually misses, tanked by the creep. So the safety ward from the Radiant side instantly dewarded. Great plays coming up from Mule.
I think that Nyx should stand more forward so he's in range to impale the supports.
Yeah, it's the thing you have to keep in mind, especially with Impale being blind target. It actually has a very significant range. It's just that it's a difficult spell to land. Just because you have to ground target it and no longer readjust itself mid-cast like it used to back when you just click on enemy heroes.
Oh,
Actually, Wolfcunt called out with the arrow as well as the Impale. No Shadow Grave at 1, he takes a fall. Mule perhaps skilling Shadow Word a bit too hastily. If he chose to go for a Shadow Grave, saving a skill point, he actually would have kept his Juggernaut alive. And looks like I hear snow in the background. So
yeah,
great play.
A bit of background noise, sorry about that.
Great play coming out from Ghoulie. And over in the bottom lane, Lone Druid already beating down Flash, playing as the stand-in. So he's going to be the Centaur Warrunner. Already choosing to skill double edge as well as return. He knows that he's not going to get a hoof stomp off.
He needs to pick up all the venom on the bear. Because once he does that, this lane is completely impossible for Centaur.
Yeah, the instant he pokes his way out. We see he's chosen to start with boots first as well, so he thought he'd be running 1v3 instead of the 1v1 matchup. Mule gets caught out the cold feet as well as the Impale arrow flies out. He actually face tanks it. He's chilled up. He takes a fall to Bambi. And Bambi Rising having a very convincing 2-0 lead so far in the tri-lane. Bit of miscommunication there.
Very surprised that this tri-lane is working out so well for Bambi.
Yeah, Mule really should have saved that skill point. Waited to perhaps skill up the Grave, as that would have provided that defensive capability to keep Juggernaut alive. He wouldn't have taken that first Bloodline. And now it's starting to fall apart at the seams. Chiyu's picked up Boots, so he's going to play very aggressive. He's going for the Chilling Touch build. So he hits like a truck. And over in the middle lane, Thundercunt duking out against 5200, and Thundercunt is actually being beaten by 5200. He's gotten way more CS than he does. So 10 for 3 compared to the 6 and 3 for Thundercunt. Looks like 2IP is off to a pretty bad start. We see some cold step harass happening. Was only able to get one right click in before he goes uphill and loses line of sight. Wolfcunt playing very passively. He's being driven out of the lane. The mana burn controlling Juggernaut once again. He doesn't have enough mana to spin right now. So if he's called out with an error or an Impale, he actually could be taking a fall. Centaur Warrunner Flash not having a fun game. He's regretting deciding to stand in now. It's being bullied back by Mujrim. So offlaner v offlaner, he wanted to go mid and duke it out with 5200, who he likes to teach in 1v1 mid matchups.
My pet thanks you.
Tranquil Boots picked up on Lone Druid.
Lone Druid is not picking up all the venom. This is a big mistake in my opinion.
Yeah, it does give you that a huge degree of map control, just because you've got lane control, sorry, just because you've got the 12% snare as well as the dot coming out from the Spirit Bear. Actually, giving Tranquil Boots to the Spirit Bear resummons the bear.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Never mind, he leveled it up, so the old one died.
Denied.
Ancient Apparition going for a pokes over on Jadman. Jadman without boots is at mercy of the Ancient Apparition. Curry's been staying on point with his mana burns. He's out of mana himself, but the fact that Juggernaut doesn't have blade spins is a much more critical factor, as it means that Juggernaut can't go for the initiation. Nyx Assassin still has enough mana for his Impale. He's only got 1 point up in it so far. She's going to go for 1-1-1. Looks like 5200 is going to pick up the Illusion Rune. He doesn't have a bottle on him though, so it won't be bottled up.
That's not gonna hold.
And Thundercunt, he's got Phase Boots up on him. That's going to give you a greater degree of lane control, as it gives him the base damage as well as the movement speed to go for a few more right clicks over in the Doombringer. Few pings coming out. Jadman and Mule really want to play aggressively from the start, but with that first blood...
I'm very surprised that Flash has this much CS. He shouldn't get this much CS against the Lone Druid.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's Flash we're talking about. He's the carry player for Team Blink. He's very consistent with the CS. He farms his balls off when he gets the opportunity. And Lone Druid not going for that Orb of Venom. It could actually turn to bite them in the ass. We see Thundercunt's already rotated top. I don't know what he's attempting to do there. Wolfcunt called out. Shallow Grave keeping you alive. Tornado pumps as well as the EMP. EMP catches out Bambi, and he takes a fall. Curry also takes a fall as well. Fantastic turnaround play coming in from 2IP. As they counter initiate with the Tornado as well as the EMP. Jadman pokes down Ghoulie, and he gets 2 kills off that, with Wolfcunt getting the third. Great plays coming out in favor of 2IP. They're able to win that mid lane, but while that's happening, keep in mind, 5200, he's been sitting there free farming. He's got something flying out for him from the courier. Looks like he's going for Phase Boots as well. So not going for the early Midas build, not going for Arcane Boots into Mechanism. He wants Phase. He wants to match Invoker for his movement speed and his damage. And he's having a pretty good game so far.
That was the best rotation that an Invoker can ask for. That was 3 kills for nothing.
Yeah, that was absolutely perfect. I mean, one of the weaknesses of Invoker is the fact that he has to sit in the mid lane and get a lot of EXP and gold before he can start rotating. But when an opportunity like that presents itself, you take it. Flash actually called out with the Entangle, but Lone Druid not choosing to go for it. Backs away. Would like to see the Orb of Venom picked up on him, just because it makes it that much more dangerous to go on Flash. But he's hanging around. He's 1,300 gold away from his blink deck. If he gets a very early blink, Flash can start making huge plays for the boys for 2 IP. After all, you gotta keep in mind, Blink Honor's also on the line. If Flash performs badly, he will dishonor his team, he'll dishonor his family.
Yes, and we'll disown him. Roster change. Roster change.
Roster change instant. Wolfcunt taking farm where he can. He's got the same CS as Thundercunt, so that could be something to do with the names. You don't know. He's been playing very defensively. Chosen to go for an early point up in his crit instead of a point over into his healing ward. I disagree with that skill build just because a point up in crit is nice, but you want to get your healing ward up as soon as possible. He chose to go for a point up in stats so he'd have enough mana for his spin into slash combination. But I guess in this case...
He definitely should level up the healing ward.
Yeah, I guess maybe he recognizes the fact that the mana burn's going to control him, so he's not going to have enough mana to be able to use it anyway. But even then, once the laning phase ends, you could use it to go for pushes. The reason why Juggernaut's so powerful is when you win a fight, you pop down the healing wall, you take a tower, you take another tower. Bambi actually called out with the Gale. Impale flies out, saving Wolfgun. Arrow catches the Wolfgun as well. Where's the Shallow Grave? Never mind, you can play spin to safety. Good recognition from Jadman, going in for a Gale when he could, but immediate defensive plays coming out from Ghoulie as well as Curry, covering his ass. Starstorm drop followed by the Impale does a lot of damage to Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a very squishy hero, you have to keep in mind. He's entirely contingent on his blade spin to mitigate damage at the early stages of the game. Thundercunt's going to pick up a double damage room, but he doesn't have a bottle since Invoker very rarely goes for bottle. But that's an Invoker hitting for 124 damage right click. He could even go for a kill attempt over on Doom, but Doombringer has Doom up, so gotta be careful. Thundercunt's actually rotating around the map, just picked up an item, probably a bracer for him. Yeah, he's going for drums. He's also got a smoke, so very active Invoker.
I think he's actually lost mid lane really hard. If you look at the CS, he's only got 14, and
yeah,
and what meanwhile Doom's sitting at 35.
So 5-200 playing fantastic over on the Doombringer, really able to out CS the Invoker.
Missing top.
He's almost got his drums up, so he's going to go for the early fighting Doom build. Phase into drums, chase people down, right click them, burn them up with Scorched Earth, and then click them down. Curry's rotated over to the bottom lane. He's hanging around the side. He wants to get a kill over on Flash. He's been giving way too much farm in this off lane. He's 600 gold off his blink, so this could be a very critical gank over on Flash. But at the same time, if it backfires, Flash will be that much closer to his blink. At the rate he's farming, give it another 3-4 minutes, and he should have his blink dagger up. So he can start rotating around. He's got Stampede up, so it's going to be quite difficult for them to get a kill in this bottom lane if Flash is able to react on time. He's revealing himself, moving it to forward.
It specifically comes down to the fact that the Lone Druid didn't buy Orb of Venom. The Centaur should not be having an even lane with the Lone Druid. With
yeah.
Orb of Venom, he should really heavily outlane the Centaur, you know?
We've got the two supports, Jadman as well as Mule rotating over, so it looks like it's going to be 3v2. Curry reveals himself, Stampede's been popped, Gale catches, Impale catches out too, great Impale coming up from him, but he's going to eat the Hoof Stomp to the face. He actually pops the Spike Carapace to give that stun, double edge to the face, brings him down, Jadman's entangled up, he's going to be a sacrificial lamb, never mind, no man left behind. Ancient Apparition throwing out those Chilling Touch auto attacks, but once that wears off, doesn't do all too much damage to bring him down, and they get a free kill over the next assassin. They do have to exchange the Stampede as well as 2 rotations, but all in all, they're able to get a good kill. Wolfcunt now going solo up against the Mirana, but Mirana already has Phase Boots. Never mind, Ghoulie just has to ring up a Keeler. He could even be choosing to go for Treads up on the Mirana since he's playing as the 1 position role. But with the max out Starstorm,
the Invoker is like wasting a lot of time. Like just now he was heading towards bot lane, but there's no way he's gonna reach that fight in time. So he actually like walked halfway there and then just came back to mid lane. So there's a lot of wasted time there.
Yeah,
but
that's
also,
the thing.
Also, Bambi rotated with no mana, so he couldn't really do anything there either. So
he was able to provide 1-2 right clicks with the Chilling Touch, but that was about it. You have to keep in mind, especially as Invoker over in the mid lane, you want to get as much EXP as humanly possible during the laning phase before it ends, since you want to enter team fights with as many points up your Wex as possible, so you can delay fights with your Tornado into EMP combination. So he's gone for 3 points up in Quox, probably will be maxing out his Wex now. It seems to be the pretty standard Quox Wex Invoker build. As more points up in Wex increases the EMP burn to up to 550, huge amount of mana burned off the fight. That completely deprives Nyx Assassin of mana. Ancient Apparition doesn't have mana to throw out any abilities. Also does a crap ton of damage and restores half the mana burn to the Invoker, so it enables him to maintain his spells with the Invoke.
there's a rotation for the Mirana here.
Yeah, Wolfcunt pops the Starstorm to the face, instantly leaps away the instant she sees Jadman. Good plays coming out from her. As keep in mind, Venomancer, he's actually choosing to max out Venomous Gale's first ability. I don't agree with the skill build. You usually want to max out. He actually pops an arrow to the face. So Ghoulie gonna go for a few cheeky right clicks and then backs away. Usually as the Venomancer, you want to max out either the Venomous Wards or the Poison Sting. Gale does provide a large amount of DPS, but those two skills tend to be more favorable to max out in the early stages of the game, as if you max out Healing Ward, you have that pushing and counter-pushing capability. And if you max out the Poison Sting, you actually deal a surprising amount of DPS just by throwing in one right click, and there you go, 11 minutes into the game, Flash picks up his Blink Dagger. So he's going to start...
very fast Blink Dagger.
Yeah, that's a very fast Blink Dagger on him. He's going to look to start rotating around the map now, creating space for the rest of his team. Perhaps give Thundercon some time and some space to be able to get his farm up. He's rotating over 4 points up in the Wex. The Tornado EMP from him would do a substantial amount of damage. What's the EMP burn at this rate? 325 mana burned off. So that would completely cripple all three heroes. Impale flies out, catches out Jadman. Jadman rotates out alone. Tornado flies out. There's the EMP. Jadman takes the fall to the Cold Snap proc, but the EMP burns out 3. We've got 2 more heroes rotating over from 2 IP. Goes in for the Hoof Stomp, gets a kill over on Bambi. Tony's going to take it forward. Mule being able to beat him down. Mujrim fleeing for his life. Where's the double edge? He turns around and continues to fight. I don't know why he chose to do that. Flash is still hanging around. Bambi bolt back and TP back in. Lone Druid Bear hanging around, hoping to get a low tangle proc. If he goes for the double edges with the Shallow Grave. Fantastic communication and coordination coming up from 2 IP. And Thundercon is able to pick off.
Is all alone in the world.
Oh, never mind. Mujrim's still alive. 5-200 TPing in. His body blocks coming off your Mule. Caught out the Tornado, keeping the Flash alive, as otherwise the Scorched Earth tick would have been enough to bring him down. Mujrim survives, but Bambi buys back and TP's back in and instantly dies. Great play coming out from 2 IP. Thundercunt rotates in, forces the rotation from Doombringer, who wasn't able to accomplish anything. Doombringer with that Ogre Club looks like he's going for, is that an early BKB? Or would Doombringer be going for an SNY?
I think it should be for BKB.
Yeah, that would help him
I
out.
don't think SNY is very good.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because, I mean, phase into drums into SNY, I guess is not the best build, but it does give you a lot of chasing power. But BKB would make a lot of sense, especially when you consider the amount of magical DPS coming up from 2 IP. As their only form of physical DPS right now is the Juggernaut, and even then, that's probably going to be coming from his Omni Slash. It's going to do more damage through his Blade Spin. You always have to keep in mind, Centaur Warrunner does a 400 damage magical AoE nuke with the double edge. It hurts a hell of a lot if you get caught out in it. Choosing to go for that second point up in return. So 2 points up in Hoof Stomp, then 2 points up in return. Skilling those two back and forth. I guess he feels that...
Invoker is solo smoking.
Yeah! Some unconventional Invoker plays coming up from Thundercunt. Maybe he's a bit too keen to get in on the action. 2 points up in Invoke now, so he wants to max out his Wex next. As the drastic increase in the mana burn gives him a lot more damage and a lot more control. Vendetta pop by Curry. He's gonna scout out Thundercunt, who pops the smoke, scouts out Wolfcunt as well as hanging around. He has Omni Slash up. It's a very dangerous Juggernaut. You have to keep in mind there's a Sentry Ward place. Mule sees it, so he's running over to the Sentry. He's gonna hug it to make sure that if Curry tries to initiate on him, he's gonna get called out of position. Ping's coming out. He recognizes that there's 4 heroes there. He doesn't want any part of this. Vendetta's also about to wear off. You have to keep in mind level 1 Vendetta doesn't last for all too long. And that's like the grouping.
That was a very good scouting intel. You know, if he hadn't seen the Invoker there, that could have been disastrous. Like 5-200 could have taken a fall there.
Yeah, Ancient Apparition cops the Ice Blast to the face. Wolfcunt wisely backing away to instantly saw the Ice Blast coming towards him. And Flash also rotating over. 2 IP like to do this. I like to group up his 5, take early fights. You see Wolfcunt, if he had a point up in his Healing Ward right now, actually goes in for rotation. I don't know why he pops Stampede. There are no enemy heroes in the bottom lane. Flash perhaps jumping the gun.
Radiant's bottom
I
tower
think they
has
just
fallen.
expected a hero to be there, but they didn't. Yeah, well, they hadn't realized that the Nyx had scouted them out. So
Yeah.
Dire's middle
Good
tower is
Vendetta
under
used
attack.
up by him.
It has no arms to defend itself.
yeah, BR are just out farming currently because the Mirana
middle
has
tower
got mid. They
has
even
fallen.
got the tier 1 tower for a trade in mid.
And Mirana, with that Gloves of Endurance, Gloves of Haste, as well as the Treads, looks like she could be building towards... It won't be a Modest Slate into the game, it could be, but I wouldn't like to see it. Maybe a Maelstrom from Mirana. Gives her a lot of AoE damage and farming capability. Gooley gets called out by the Gale, but he's got nothing to fear. He pops the Moonlight Shadow. Very early Moonlight Shadow pop by him. He wanted to perhaps save that for a team fight engagement, but he wanted to play it safe. He could have just leaped out. But Wolfcunt was coming in from the rear.
Well, he didn't. I guess he didn't know because they don't. BR's ward coverage is not very good. The map is basically black for them. They don't have any observer wards out on the map, so a lot of the heroes aren't popular. He didn't really know where the enemy heroes were, so he just popped that.
And so you have to, it looks like Wolfcunt's going for the early Aghanim Scepter rush. He still doesn't have a point up in his healing ward. Probably will be picking up a point of that later on. As he's going to cop an Ice Blast to the face. A lot of damage. If he pops a bit more magical damage, he could have actually taken the fall there. But keep in mind, Ice Shadow at level 1 is only 9% of your max HP. So you usually are pretty safe from that. Mujrim doing a bit of farming with his bear.
He actually really big. He's got a relic already on the
Holy
bed.
crap, yeah, I was wondering where all his gold is. He almost has a Radiance, so he's going to have something like an 18-minute Radiance at the rate he's farming. Actually, could almost be taking a fall. Keep in mind, when your bear dies, you take 400 mixed damage. If you got one more right-click from that Ancient, he would have taken the
That
fall.
was really close.
Yeah.
He was like 15 HP.
If he wasn't in true form, he didn't have that armor from the true form, he could have taken the fall. Good thing he had the Warcry up as well, that also gives a bit of armor. Jadman scouting out the haste rune, he's hovering over it. Sentry wards being placed by Mule, he's been very preventive with the sentry wards, making sure that Nyx Assassin doesn't have a window of opportunity. Maxing out the poison touch, so going for a very aggressive Dazzle build, choosing to forego Weave. Arrow flies out, might actually catch Jadman in the face, never mind. He just wanted to... The ward over there, the Ancient is scouting him out. Perhaps going to go for the sentry ward to scout it out. While that's happening, Flash continue to farm the top lane. He's got 1300 gold. Probably be seeing something like a Pipe of Insight coming out from Centaur Warrunner.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Run, little bottom tower. Run.
Oh wow, catches 3, forces them to back away from that tower. Jadman can't engage now, he is forced to back away. While that's happening, 5-200, eating the Troll Warlord, using it to push down the tower. You see Flash actually double edging the Centaurs down, saying get the hell away from that tower. 5-200, he's been playing fantastically these past 2 games. Over in the Ember Spree getting a lot of farm. This time he's almost got his BKB. So about in another minute, 18 minutes into the game, he'll have a fresh 10-second BKB as well as his ult and the Troll Trap. Very dangerous thing to have running around your front lines. Especially if you get to Doom over in
He's
Thundercut.
actually really big for this stage in the game. 5-200 is farming really, really well.
Yeah, he's got 92 CS. Looks like Kurima could be taking a fall. Pops Ice Blast to the face. Stampede's been popped. Curry's gonna be taking a fall. Thundercut taking a lot of damage, so Juggernaut gets the kill. They instantly retreat away using the Stampede to provide that defensive movement speed. Arrow flies out. Might actually catch Wolfguard in the face. Never mind, he just barely jukes it. Radiance picked up 18 minutes in by Mujrim. So Lone Druid has that split pushing as well as that team fighting power. Keep in mind, Venomancer and Dazzle are very squishy heroes. They will burn to the Radiance. You see that bear coming out right now. They don't have enough damage to bring it down, but they're going to do their best to bring it down. Double Edge, Hoof Stomp, Gale, Arrow flies out. It's blocked by Wolfguard, and they kill the bear. Don't know what the hell Mujrim was thinking there. He fed a free bear, so 300 gold going in favor. Healing Ward healing up the rest of his team. Maelstrom picked up by Ghoulie, so he has that split pushing and AoE
Radiant's middle
presence.
tower is under attack.
And the Radiant side, they're grouping up as 5. They want to get this tower. They're going to get it. Ice Blast is going to hit 4. 2-man Impel. Wolfguard's going to take a fall. Jadman dies instantly. Hoof Stomp with a 2. Catches out into the Apparition. Kills him instantly. Shallow Grave keeping Juggernaut alive. Mujrim is in the thick of it. He's taking a lot of damage. Caught out with the Poison Touch. Vendetta finishes off Juggernaut. Mule takes a fall. 1 for 5 as well as a tower. Great defensive play coming out from Bambi Rising. That 4-man Ice Blast followed up by the Impel really won the fight for them. Great play coming out from Bambi. As 2IP, underestimating the power of the Ice Blast, they grouped up and walked into that as 5.
Oh, that's got to hurt.
That was a really, really good coordination by with the Impale and the Ice Blast.
Yeah, that did so much damage. It killed Jadman instantly, so he couldn't get his Poison Nova off. If he'd gotten that off in the fight, could have turned out really differently. As you saw how low both sides got. Only the Ancient Apparition took a fall with the double edge as well as the Hoof Stomp combination. And we see in terms of net worth, the 3 cores from Bambi Rising are significantly ahead of the 3 cores over on the Dire side.
It was a valiant effort.
3 tower falling on the bottom lane, so the gold lead for Bambi Rising is increasing further and further. Over 5,000 EXP lead and 5,000 gold lead this early on to the game. 2IP are on the ropes. Thundercunt going for that 4-star, but he's been very underfarmed. Ghoulie this whole time has been plinking away at creeps with that Maelstrom. Increases his flash farming capabilities. Going for a second point up and leap. Actually leaps away. Actually, Yoshi, can you explain to me the trend of getting 2 points up and leap before maxing out arrow? Because I've noticed that a lot in comp games as well. Is it just for the movement speed increase? Actually, called out the blink, double edge, Hoof Stomp. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast might actually kill Centaur Warrunner. Actually, he cops one more hit, and yeah, comes in and finishes him off with the mana burn. I'm assuming it must be for the movement speed because the buff goes from 4% to 8%, so it's like a pseudo phase boost in that case.
I don't know what this Nyx was thinking.
Yeah, he went a bit too far. He's going to take a fall. No mana. Great plays coming up from Mule. Catching him out of position, using that Shallow Grave to keep himself alive.
By the gods, the Dire's bottom
And he's
tower
been-
doesn't even have arms.
Yeah,
Dire structures are fortified.
I don't know
That's
what
what
you're
that wispy glow.
Yeah, you have to be very
That
wary of
sounds
your mana
good
pool
for the
on Nyx
Radiant.
Assassin, as you have incredibly high mana cost spells, until you have
Run, little bottom
Yeah.
tower. Radiant's top tower is under
Lone
attack.
Druid's Bear, he's sieging you. You've also got the skeletons coming out from 5-200, and they take a free tier 2 bottom tower. Although it's going to be a trade, as they should be able to take the top tier 1 tower. Good defensive plays. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast, actually going to kill Jadman. Never mind, and misses, hits a creep. Thundercurrent instantly TP's out, recognizing they don't have any other stuns. Jadman fleeing for his life. 4-star finally picked up an Invoker, so that gives him a lot more team fighting potential. But keep in mind, 5200 has been playing phenomenal. He has the net worth of Centaur, Warrunner, and Invoker combined. Flash not been keeping up with the CS. He has been engaging ever since he picked up his Blink Dagger. Looks like he's going for a 4-star. Roster change coming out. TYK, you can have flashback. We don't want him anymore. He almost has his 4-star. That gives him a lot more mobility, especially with the Blink Dagger. Tornado flies out just for scouting as well as the creep damage.
He actually was trying to catch the AA with it, but the AA sidestepped it.
Asian sidestep coming out from Bambi. Sitting at a lot of gold, choosing to max out Cold Feet as his first ability, then going for the Chilling Touch. Aghanim Scepter finally picked up by Wolfcon, so that gives him a lot more teamfight power. I don't think I've actually seen an Omni Slash from Juggernaut so far.
I think I've seen one. I'm not actually sure on that one, but yeah, he's. I don't agree with Scepter as the first pickup. I think I'd like something like a Drum first would be better. But
yeah, Drums is usually a better pickup on Juggernaut because it gives you the stats as well as the mobility. It gets you help get those skills, then you build towards Aghanim Scepter since it gives you more stats and a superior ultimate, and then you want to start building towards your carry items, maybe something like a Desolator.
Yeah, but basically the Juggernaut had to play catch up from here because the cores on the Radiant side are really big in comparison to him. And
Juggernaut's a hero, he can't really play all too well from behind. You have to get ahead and stay ahead, similar to the Viper or the Lifestealer. He's a very bad hero to be playing catch up from. You still do have the solo ganking power from the Omni Slash, so he does provide that in fights. Yep, 5200 might be called out. Smoking up his 4. Jadman actually breaks, never mind, he's got the BKB. A Hoof Stomp, Flash blinking a bit prematurely. Moonlight Shadow dropped as well to ensure 5200 doesn't take a fall. He's been playing very safe on his Doombringer. Level 2 Doom up on him, he's almost going to get level 3 Doom. Level 14, he's got a significant amount of farm.
Did he make? He should be making a Shiva's of this right now, I think, because I think the Lone Druid is picking up the soft careers.
Yeah, and Shiva's guys a great pickup on Doombringer just because level death does chew through a huge amount of mana. Wolfcon scaring off Ghoulie with his blade spin. He's going to deny that tower. Never mind, it's just out of deny range. Ghoulie, I haven't been seeing all too much from him. He's been doing the exact same thing he did on his Weaver, which is just hang back, blink away, get some farm while you can. He can still contribute to fights using his ultimate. The issue with Mirana is a one-position hero, though. She needs a significant amount of farm before her DPS starts to pick up. So she's going for the Yasha. Could be turning that into a Mantis with the Maelstrom. So a bit surprising she went for the Maelstrom as her first big item. I guess she recognized that she wanted the split pushing power that the Maelstrom provides. Since the lightning procs help push out the creep wave. Since she's not going to be going in for these engagements, she's got a substantial amount of CS on her. 134 CS over on the Doombringer, 125. Juggernaut's the only one keeping power with 105. But in terms of net worth,
the Invoker CS is actually the one that's really trailing behind for where it should be at this point of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Invoker needs to get a lot more EXP. He wants to get that 7 point up in the Wex. Then he's got a point up in Exile, so he has the Deafening Blast, using Alacrity to farm creeps. Juggernaut picks up an Invisibility Rune, so he could go for a solo gank. But with only, does he have a second point up? Yeah, he's got a second point up in Zombie Slash, so that should be a free kill if he catches anybody outside on their own. If he goes to the Nyx Assassin, though, Nyx Assassin can pop the Vendetta. Looks like Nyx Assassin's actually going for the Dagon. You see the Null Talisman as well, Staff of Wizardry. Would have preferred the Blink pickup on him, but I guess with the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, he can instantly kill people. Might actually catch out 5200 dead Bambis, but with that Plate Mail, he's going to be able to tank through the Omni Slash, even pops BKB. So it's an Omni Slash wasted in exchange for a Doom. Sam PB used to provide that defensive capability to run away. Ancient Apparition Ice Blast misses, and Jadman called out the arrow. Great arrow from Ghoulie. Woodroom gets a kill. Tornado dropped a bit too late. Threading the eye through the needle. Ghoulie coming in with the arrow, pincering him off, catches out the Venomancer, makes him take a fall. So Juggernaut, Omni Slash wasted. Although Doom has been wasted as well, Juggernaut Omni Slash is a lower cooldown, so you'll have a 30-second window where Omni Slash is up but Doom isn't.
I actually would have liked to see
Hoof Stomp over onto Mujrimi, but too far in position, playing very cocky. He's actually trapped in place. That Warcraft 3 surrounded, he takes a fall. Dazzle gets that last hit.
I speak of final rights.
That's not a safe place to farm.
Yeah, I don't know why he thought it was okay to farm there. You got to assume that Dire side have some wards or some vision. They're going to be waiting for you to do something like that. And Flash able to instantly capitalize on that. has his 4-staff up, so it'll be interesting to see what item he chooses to go for next. So 2 4-staffs up on 2 IP, 5-200, instantly TPing back home. He doesn't want a part of that. But the net worth continued to increase further and further. You do have to keep in mind that the supports from 2 IP do have more net worth than the supports have on the Radiant side. So that is a point in their favor. Venomancer almost has a 4-staff of his own, so 3 4-staffs over on 2 IP. Dazzle looks like he's going to be the one that's going to have to build the mech, because he's got a lot of gold. Have to keep in mind, Dazzle scales well to the late game, just because he has the Shadow Wave to be able to farm creeps. Arrow flies out, hits Wolfcart, he's able to take a free tower on the back of that. 3 cores rotating over, and Mirana just says nope and backs the hell away. She's TPing back home. She has the Yasha up on her, so outputting a surprising amount of DPS. She's got really a high attack speed now. The lightning procs do a surprising amount of damage, especially when you consider how many she'll be getting off. She's using the Maelstrom right now to push up the wave. Means she doesn't have to pop Starstorm. Shiva's guard picked up by Doombringer, so he's going for a very early fighting build. Provides that extra survivability and DPS. Especially when you consider the fact that Juggernaut's playing from behind, so his attack speed, the attack speed debuff is quite significant on him. Next assassin.
The Shiva pickup gives Doom a lot of armor that he really needs. Basically, like Omni Slash is gonna tickle him now.
That's not good for the Radiant.
You see, he's sticking with the troll creep, so he wants the skeleton summon as well as the net. Wolfcart tanks another ice blast to the face. Bambi's been very on point with him. Vendetta popped. Next assassin's gonna try to get a pop kill over on Wolfcart. TP support coming in. Pops the blades pretty much on. He actually gets called out. Hoof stomp as well. Stampede drop. Tornado EMP, but they're invisible right now. BKB pop. 9-second BKB. Pops the Doom over on Invoker. Completely neutralizing him from the fight. He takes a fall. Curry's gonna take a fall. The poison over his poison sting, but Jadman takes a fall. One more right click from 5-200. 3 heroes going down for 2 IP. Centaur Warrunner, the only hero that was alive during that engagement who didn't engage. Dazzle wasn't anywhere near that fight, and all they get for that is a 5-position next assassin. While that's happening, Ghoulie, he's poking and prodding at your tower. Looks like he'll be building towards that Manta style, since that gives him that extra split pushing capability. Flash blinks in the try to provide a bit more support, a bit too late. Assault Caress picked up on Lone Druid. This bear is fat as all hell.
Yeah, the Lone Druid and Doom are really big. It's quite out of hand for 2 IP. They can't really. It's really hard for them to fight this already. The item advantage is quite big.
That's definitely a thing to keep in mind, as well as the fact that both the Doombringer and the Lone Druid are incredibly tanky heroes. So you have to commit a significant amount of your resources to bring him down. I don't even think they can burst down Doombringer or the Lone Druid at this point in the game. They just don't do enough damage. And so they're just wearing them down.
The Juggernaut's their only source of kind of physical right-click damage, and he's really underfarmed. He doesn't actually have damage items. The Scepter is not really a damage item. You need like a Butterfly or a Dazzle. But he's going for a Dazzle now, but he's quite behind in items.
Centaur Warrunner with the Blade Mail pickups, going to give him a bit more survivability and damage return to the rest of the team. Wolfcart using his Healing Ward to farm up the Ancients. He's going towards that Desolate, but it's going to be a very late Deso. Ghoulie scouting out with his Manta-style images. Never mind, that was just an illusion rune. He's got 3k, so you could just be sticking with that value Yasha. Maybe build something like a Butterfly, or would provide a lot more DPS, and means that when you do build a Manta-style, your image is going to hurt that much more, since you have the attack speed and the evasion for your images. Moonlight Shadow off cooldown for her. She's been uncontested for the majority of the game, since she's just avoiding fights when she can, and throwing out the arrow to assist. Flash comes in, uses his abilities to farm. Stomp followed up by the double edge. Interesting to see what item he chooses to go for. The lack of a mechanism on 2 IP really has hurt them in these fights, although Ancient Apparition has been on point with his Ice Blast. We see Dazzle's actually going for an Aghanim Scepter, choosing to forego the mechanism completely.
Yeah, actually, Scepter is really good on Ancient Apparition, and yeah, like I think that Doom should have gone Mecha.
Yeah, definitely. But it looks like Dazzle's going for an Aghanim Scepter as well. It does increase the negative armor speed for the weave, since weave lasts for 24 seconds at all duration, at all levels now. Spirit Bear pushing out the lane, just with the Radiant spell.
I think definitely 2 IP should have picked up a Mecha on their Dazzle or their Veno, but neither of them have gone for it.
Dire's bottom
looks
tower
like Lone
is under
Druid has
attack.
his Vladimir's
Run,
offering, so
little
it's extra
bottom
plus
tower.
10 armor for every member of their
Dire
team.
has fortified
Omni Slash now
structures.
tickles, as you have to keep in mind, Omni Slash has a fixed amount of physical DPS for the
Dire's
initial
bottom
slashes,
tower
and it
doesn't
does
even have
your
armor to
attack
defend
damage for the
itself.
slashes you get in
What a
between.
brave
But
tower.
Juggernaut's damage is completely mitigated in this fight. Looks like a Molnir pick up from the Mirana. Very early to get a Molnir this early on in the game. Would have preferred the Manta style, then into a Molnir, or even just a Butterfly. Stick with the casual Yasha. Jadman's actually going to take a fall to the bear. Stampede forced to pop, but he's going to burn down.
My venom sacks run empty.
Game is not looking very good for 2 IP. As Mujrim.
Dire's top tower.
Doombringer corner of position, eats a double edge to the face. Turns around for the Centaur trap, but takes a fall. They are able to secure that kill. Jadman calling out lols. He died from that Radiance burn. Too easy if you're watching this. Where did you go? Look at what your team's and what's happening to your team right now. Arrow flies out, dodges from Wolfcon. He's picked up a Maelstrom.
Maelstrom.
Hoof Stomp on 2, just catches out the Mirana as well as the Lone Druid Bear. Maelstrom isn't the best pickup on Wolfcon. Looks like he's taking a lot of damage to the bear. Entangled. Ice Blast is going to finish him off. Just wore off. He takes a fall. Where's that Shadowgrave? Shadowgrave, Mule unable to get it off as the cast point from Disruptor is very high. Dazzle, sorry. He catches an arrow to the face. Instant wears off. He's going to take a fall.
Dire's middle tower. Now belongs
Maelstrom
to
damage. And blink into Impale. And this could be a game. Flash even calling out Bambi on the Ancient Apparition. Where's that? What happened to that blink honor? Flash hasn't been performing as well as I'd like. He's been doing okay, but there's only so much he can do.
The tower is under attack. It has no arms to defend itself.
He's actually right. The Ancient Apparition ulti has done a lot of work for them.
Dire's middle tower has
Especially
fallen.
the pushing is really on good as well.
Yeah, Mule buys back, walks into an arrow. Deja vu. Flash comes in, he pops his Blade Mail saying, "Come at me, bro." Dodges the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, but that's a free Tear 3 as well as Rax.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah,
Dire's middle barracks shall be remembered.
Really back off now. They've forced buybacks even. They really.
Yeah, there's no need for them to stay. They're already ahead. They just stay ahead, continue to farm. Blink and Force Staff. Doombringer comes in and says, "Do you want to do this?" And Flash instantly regrets his decision. I was talking about the flash cam, and there it is. He blinks in, Force Staffs himself forward, and then feeds. Flash, please. I trusted you. Lone Druid Bear tanking every spell coming out from the Dire side. They just barely kill it off. Mujarim has a resummon, so he's not too fussed. Never mind, he doesn't have a resummon. 40 seconds without the bear. But 2 IP, not really able to capitalize off this. As Ghoulie, in the meanwhile, just getting more and more farm. He's picked up his Mantis Star now, so that's a very farm Mirana. She does need a lot of farm to pick up as a carry, but she's had that this game. Ghoulie doing his thing. Cranium Basher picked up on Lone Druid, so you got the double bash coming up from the bear, the entangle, as well as the physical bash. Gold lead continues to increase and further at Bambi Rising. Just going to do a quick check. 15,000 EXP lead for Bambi Rising and over 15,000 gold. Bambi, who almost has his Aghanim Scepter, been playing fantastically. I think he's got it flying out to him in his career right now. Yeah, we've got a Dagon picked up by the Nyx Assassin after his Force Staff. So Force...
I thought he was just going to go for the Dagon straight up, but actually, yeah, the Force...
Yeah, he turned it into a Force Staff, which I prefer, just because it gives him that mobility. He used that to catch out Jadman in that last engagement.
Yeah, actually, he used it really well.
Invoker looks like he's going for the Sheep Stick, but he's very underfarmed for an Invoker. He plays like a semi-carry. You need a lot of golden EXP on him. That's why he's a very greedy pickup. Because if your team isn't able to fight 4v5 without him there, or if you're able to kill him off the early stages of the game, you really can shut down Invoker's effectiveness. So Thundercon being clearly...
The Lone Druid is really, really big now. He's got the Basher and AC and Red, all the important items are up.
Yeah, he's got all the gold he ever needs at this point. They can just group up for a push now. While I say that, Wolfgun's gonna get scouted out by the Curry. If he follows up with an Ice Blast with the Impale as well as the Dagon, he could actually kill Juggernaut. Healing Ward's around, so you have to keep in mind, you have to kill that Healing Ward for anything else. He turns around with the Omni Slash, actually is disjointed with the Force Staff as well as the Manta Dodge from Mirana, so most of those slashes are wasted. Turns around instantly for an arrow. Wolfgun with the Healing Ward should be fine. We've got the rest of the 2 IP coming in. Gonna go for a kill. Curry instantly TP's back home. He doesn't want to partners. Ghoulie's still sticking around. Uses his leap to jump off the cliff. He's got a fantastic amount of farm on him. Not too sure what item we'll be going for next. Would like to see something like a Butterfly since he has such high attack speed. MKB is also a pretty good pickup, but you have to keep in mind the Maelstrom, or the Molnir in this case, when it overrides, when it procs at the same time as the Mini-Sun from the MKB, it overrides it. So that's why Maelstrom is a bit of an ineffective pickup if you get it alongside another bash proc item. Flash hanging around the side. He's going to get scouted out by the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. Just casually sitting there in the trees. Ghoulie's actually out for blood. He might be able to chase him down. He Force-Staffs himself through. Can't actually use his Blink daggers. You have to keep in mind. Arrow flies out, scouts him out. And Ghoulie should actually be able to get a free kill. The shadow damage and the ice vortex provides vision. Flash, what are you doing, buddy? Dagon to help with the Nyx assassin. Flash, please disband.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Flash was saying in there. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. He's calling out Victor, yelling him to stop ice blasting him, as it really has hindered his effectiveness. 5200 telling him to stop throwing. So a bit of casual smack talk coming back and forth. These two teams know each other fairly well. Well, at least Flash knows the players over in Bambi Rising. Ghoulie throws out a scouting arrow. Looks like he's going to be able to take a free tower with the Molnir buff on him, as well as the amount of HP he has. Mantis coming off full in a few seconds. Look how fast Mirana's attacking. Machine gun fire coming out from him. Catches out 2 with the Impel, followed by the Ice Blast. Thundercut might be taking a fall. Mana Burn. He might actually shatter from that, as it's an Aghanim Scepter upgraded Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. Yeah, he's going to shatter.
I think he will shatter, yeah.
Jadman might be shattering as well. Never mind, he should be fine. Shallow Grave used on the 5 position instead of on the 3 position. Questionable plays coming up from Mule, but Thundercunt was already dead. 2 IP falling apart. Flash blinks and misses the Hoof Stomp. What the hell is that, Flash? Maybe he's having an off day. While that's happening, Lone Druid, Bear is beating down your back.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's
What's under that pickety racks? He's hitting it away. Lone Druid Bear has 130% damage against buildings
fallen by the wayside.
from the demolished. Doom over on Wolf can't, so he can't even pop his Omni Slash. Venomancer is poisoning Nova's pop, so he's going to take a full scorch.
Top tower is Dire's bottom
And
barracks.
Bambi Rising take a very convincing game number 2 up against the boys from 2 IP. Yoda's probably flipping around while he's playing soccer. He's probably sensing the disturbance in the force. I'd hate to be the guy who has to tell him that how badly they lost this game.
Top tower has fallen.
Tornado flies out, arrow completely whiffs. EMP a Deathling Blast. Where is the meatball? You don't have enough points in your exile. Thundercunt takes the fall. Vendetta for the last hit. GG called out by Wolfcunt. And Bambi Rising looks like they're going to be moving on to the next stage of the ODL 1. They must be ecstatic right now. They played a fantastic series. Really have started to improve as a team.
Really impressed with Bambi's improvement as a team, you know, like all of their players played really well.
Yeah, definitely. Probably overall, they have the best average skill from all their players, since they don't really have a weak player on their team. All of them play very well. And they're only getting better as they get more and more games together. So that looks like it for Bambi Rising up against 2IP. Bambi Rising is able to move on to the next stage of the ODL 1, as they have that 2-0 win, which gives them enough points to move on to, I don't know if it's the winner bracket or the loser bracket, but we'll see how it goes. At 445, Recursion has their grudge match up against 2IP. So Yoda and Too Easy will be back from Vengeance. They got to reclaim their honor. And I think after that, Horseman and Ruckus will be playing Bambi Rising, as well as 2IP. Oh, never mind, they already have played Bambi Rising. Horseman and Ruckus is playing their last game against 2IP later on tonight, so we've got at least 3 more games to go. I'll check with the captain, see if there are any more games happening. Any final thoughts on the game there, Yoshi?
Not really, just really well played by Bambi.
Alrighty, so that looks like that'll be it for now. Stay tuned for more Dota 2. 49 signing out.